Hey guys, it's Shannon, and today I'm going to be talking about how I was homeless and how I got through it, which low-key is kind of hilarious, seeing as one of the most noted comments in my comment section is that I talk about this topic way too much, which, yeah, I mean, I do, but when you're homeless, it actually comes up a lot, and y'all can stop being dicks about it. For those of you who actually do not know me, and this is your first video of mine, hello, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I have subscribers, because I'm a full-fledged moron, but I started YouTube while I was homeless, living out of my car with my husband. I was homeless for a couple of years and think that it was by far the most stressful time of my life because not only was I homeless, but I was also cursed with being an idiot. But if you are on this video, you can learn from my mistakes. You can learn from how absolutely, positively, stupidly I acted while I was homeless and use that to improve your own situation and to prepare. So with that all in mind, let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about in terms of surviving homelessness is hygiene, because by God, is that shit hard. That shit is hard normally, under the best circumstances. So trying to keep your human suit from smelling and looking bad while you don't have the comfort of a home, yeah, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be fun, but it is possible and I will tell you how. Your goal is to not look homeless. This is probably the first thing you need to understand about being homeless, because this will affect absolutely everything in your life. Regardless of if you are living in a shelter, living in your car, living on the streets, squatting in a warehouse, what have you, it is of the utmost importance that you do not look like it, because you will be treated terribly if you do. This was something that I didn't fully understand before I became homeless, but things changed the moment I realized it. Like, oh, I'm not getting weird looks because I have food on my face or my fly is down. People are staring at me weird because they know I'm homeless and therefore do not want me anywhere near them. People, by and large, regardless of what they say or whatever fun little bumper sticker they put on their pre-owned Prius, are going to judge you first and foremost on your appearance. People are going to look at you and in that one instance decide what they think about you forever. And because of that, if you appear to be homeless, if you appear to be dirty, if people assume you live on the streets based off your appearance, people are going to treat you with a shocking amount of disrespect and malice. I would know. I once got kicked out of a Starbucks because management said my presence made people uncomfortable. All I was doing was sitting there and reading a book, trying to stay in from the cold, but that was enough. And that's totally not something that sticks with you in terms of self-esteem. Now, this does not mean you have to put on makeup every day or wear heels or, wear a suit or any of that. It just means that you need to be mindful of your appearance more than the average person. Whereas some people can have a sloppy day and wear their sweats out and simply dress for comfort, you will have to go the extra mile, put on some real pants, make yourself look like you at the very least, rolled out of bed, because you want people to assume there is a bed you could roll out of. You need to be hyper aware of how you smell, hyper aware of how you look, and hyper aware of people's perceptions around you, because if you are homeless, people are going to complain about you being the area they are in, and if enough people do that, you will get kicked out of said place. Now, normally, for the average person, getting kicked out of, say, Starbucks wouldn't really matter. You could always go somewhere else, I hear you typing. But as a homeless person, there are very few places you can go and hang out for free. There are Starbuckses, there are libraries, there's bookstores, but in reality, that's about it. And there are very few of those things in any given area. Maybe you live in a town with a pretty sweet laundromat that has good Wi-Fi that'll allow you to sit in there. But for most people, those are all the options they are afforded to them. And getting kicked out means you now have to rearrange your entire life because you can no longer go to that one place. Literally, me getting kicked out of a Starbucks meant that I had to spend more money, drive to a separate location just to use their Wi-Fi, check my work schedule, and work on videos. It was actually a huge hassle and a huge inconvenience, and it partially uprooted my life because I needed to be at that Starbucks. It was the closest to me. It was the only one I could walk to, and it's best to avoid it when possible. Now, this tip does kind of suck because it fucks with people who aren't homeless, that, everyone is supposed to be kind and considerate to homeless people, and, they would never say anything bad, and they would never do that. But I can tell you this, if someone has never been homeless or been at risk of being homeless, none of that matters, because it's really great that you think you wouldn't do that if you were in a situation where you had to sit next to a homeless person on the bus or a homeless person at Starbucks, but inevitably you're gonna feel really uncomfortable if that was the case. It happened. And while that's shitty, that's just the way the world is. Basically, what I'm going to teach you and what you're gonna want to do is blend in, not draw attention to yourself, and not let anyone know you're homeless. If it helps, you can pretend it's some kind of spy mission that you have to prevent keep people from knowing you're homeless so that you can overthrow the government. I'm pretty much a child in how I think, but it does help in terms of coping mechanisms if your mental health is not well. But how do you not look homeless, I hear you ask? Well, easy. You have good hygiene. Tip number 1, get a gym membership. If you have the luxury of knowing you are about to be homeless, the best thing you can do is get a gym membership. This is going to enable you to be able to shower, shave, and take care of yourself in the most basic of ways. Straight up, I cannot emphasize enough how much having a gym membership helped, because I, once again, full dumbass, spent the first 2 months when I was homeless washing my hair in a graveyard and shaving in a Starbucks. And yes, it was terrible. And yes, I did that in November in Oregon and it was cold as fuck. I only did that though because I was too stupid to realize that gyms have showers, and if you get a gym membership, you can actually utilize that shower. It took me 2 months of showering in a fucking graveyard to realize that. Well, 2 months and a chemical burn in my armpit from using Nair in a Starbucks bathroom. Again, we will get to it. I realize how terrible my life is. You don't need to comment it. I fuck myself up so you don't have to. Now, if you are on a budget, which I assume you are going to want to go to the cheapest gym in your area. And more than likely, that gym is a Planet Fitness. At Planet Fitness, you can utilize their facilities 24 hours a day for just $10 a month, with them sporadically throwing in a $40 fee sometimes, just to be a dick. And mind you, if you aren't going to a Planet Fitness, it is important that you go to a gym that is open 24 hours a day, because you're going to want to use their facilities when the least amount of people are there. Again, your goal is to not look homeless, but when you're going into a gym to shower and you haven't showered in a while, you're probably going to be feeling the worst and looking the worst. So it's important that you go to the gym when the least amount of people are going to be there. Plus, there is an added bonus of the less people who are there, the longer you can take a shower. You definitely want to go when you're least likely to have an old woman open the shower curtain, scream at you for taking too long, and kicking you out. And yes, that has happened to me. Yes, my life is terrible. Showers are really going to be the only way you are able to take care of yourself in any sort of luxurious way and treat yourself while you are homeless. Those nights and early mornings when you go to shower, that is going to be the only time you can actually unwind and be mostly alone with yourself. So it's important to make the most out of it. The best times to go to the gym are either the middle of the day on weekdays between 9:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. Nobody is there because everyone's either at work or at school, or late at night, 10:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. Those are going to be the times when it's less populated. Now, Saturdays and Sundays are pretty much up in the air in terms of how many people are there and one's busy and one's not, because sometimes there are people stumbling in at 1 a.m. to work off their margaritas, and sometimes it's dead all day. But I highly suggest showering during the times I already listed, or if you're not going to, look up the establishment on Google before going, because Google will show you how busy that location is before you get there. It's also critical that when you check in at the gym, someone at the front desk, someone who works there, actually notices you. I know this sounds super weird because you're totally able to check in by yourself at Planet Fitness and you can just scan your badge and give yourself the self-care you deserve. However, a lot of gyms have issues with other homeless people wandering in off the streets and trying to use their facilities free of charge. And obviously they do not like that. So if there's no one at the gym checking people in, it is important that you try to say hi to someone that works there before you start your shower, before you get undressed, for the reason that will become obvious very, very soon. I do want to tell you though, before you get a Planet Fitness gym membership, Planet Fitness is cheap because it's a bad gym. And most of the gyms that are going to be cheap are not going to be great gyms. Like straight up, if you are going there, do not expect it to be an entirely good time or expect the service to be good at all. I went to Planet Fitness for over 3 years, and straight up, I have so many terrible experiences with both staff and other members of the gym that staff did nothing about. I was followed into the bathroom by a man who straight up said he wanted to fuck me. I told management, and guess what? He was allowed to stay at that gym and was fine. I saw him there 6 more times. I had people open the shower straight up on me when I was butt-ass naked, and I was even told to get out of the shower while fully naked by a woman who worked at the gym because she didn't believe that I had badged in properly. Not that I wasn't a member of the gym, that I just didn't badge in properly, and she couldn't be fucked to check beforehand or wait till I was done showering. The service is bad, the people can be rude, and you're gonna realize why it's so cheap. But it is worth it because the gym will allow you to take care of yourself, pamper yourself just a little bit more, and be able to keep yourself feeling good about how you look. it definitely beats showering in a graveyard and burning yourself at Starbucks. Tip number 2, do not try new products. So this tip is coming off the fact that yes, I did burn the shit out of my armpits in a Starbucks bathroom and now have to deal with the fact that it burns every time I sweat. Literally, I have to moisturize my armpits every day and it physically hurts me to sweat. It's great. I love that for me. If you are like me, you are probably the type of person who likes trying new products and you're consistently looking for new ways to make things easier for yourself or to be more beautiful. You saw a commercial for a new hair product that will make your hair healthier and shinier. Your friend started using a new razor. Her legs have never been smoother. You heard that using coconut oil will help your hair grow. I am constantly on beauty blogs reading that shit and watching people who are smarter than me use new products and tell me they're great. So I constantly want to try them. I want to be a smart and beautiful person. But when you are homeless, you should not do that at all, even a little bit. You see, the reason I have now burnt armpits is because I got excited and thought that by changing from shaving to using Nair would save me so much time. I thought it would make the process of removing body hair so much easier for me, and I was excited to test it out. I went into that Starbucks bathroom a girl and came out a burnt chicken. And because I was homeless and broke, it wasn't like I could go to the doctors and figure out what was wrong. I couldn't fix it. I was just stuck smelling like burnt skin and dealing with burnt pits and hoping it would go away. And that is true for most beauty products and most products you're going to be using in your daily life. Don't get overzealous and try something new. Do not splurge on something because it's going to give you whiter teeth or make your face more handsome. If you didn't use it when you had the ability to go to the doctor immediately after, it is not worth the risk. It is not worth possibly getting in a reaction and not being able to take care of it. Do not use new product. 3, what to bring to the gym. So the next thing you're going to want to know is what to bring with you to the gym, because your shower bag needs to have everything you need in order to take care of yourself. So here is a comprehensive list of things that you absolutely positively have to bring. These are the have-tos. These are not the maybe. 1, a pair of shower shoes or cheap flip-flops. Do not touch the floor with your bare feet. You will get a foot infection. I did it once, got an infection, not worth it. 2, a large fluffy towel. 3, shampoo and conditioner. 4, a razor. 5, body wash. 6, deodorant. 7, hairbrush. These are all things that local shelters are able to provide for you and things that you can get for relatively cheap if you don't want to go to a shelter. If you don't want to go to a shelter, I would suggest going into your local Target or Walmart and picking up their travel supplies. In their travel section, they will have body wash, deodorant, and every other product you can think of for less than $1, and you can leave getting all of the items I just listed off while spending less than $5 if you play your cards right. The only thing you really would have to shell out money for is probably the towel, but Target does sell some big, fantastic, fluffy ones that last a very, 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 very long time for less than $10, and I highly recommend them. Now, anything else you bring is going to be superfluous, and you won't necessarily need it. However, like I mentioned earlier, if you're trying to stay under the radar, here's a list of things that will help you. Again, these aren't needs, these are more wants, and these are very, very helpful. Also, I do apologize in advance if this list seems female focused. I do have a bias here. I did ask my husband for input, but I'm a woman, so it's gonna seem like a woman made the list. 1, perfume or cologne. If you spray any body spray, perfume, or cologne in your hair before it dries, the scent will last longer and people will be able to smell you more. Same thing goes with your skin. If you spray perfume on while wet, it'll dry into your skin and you'll smell good. People associate homelessness and homeless people with smelling bad, so if you have a pleasing scent, this will usually make it harder for people to acknowledge that you're homeless. I literally told someone I was homeless, and directly after they told me, they said, "You can't be homeless, you always smell so good." Lotion will actually do wonders for your skin and how you feel about yourself. Self-care is kind of a meme, but if you take the time to put lotion on your face, neck, and body every day, you will feel like a different person and especially rejuvenated. It helps a lot with self-esteem. 3, hair oil or product. Using more than just the bare bones in your hair routine and maintenance will make you feel more put together and will refresh your feelings of attractiveness, which, when you're homeless, will be at an all-time low. While it's not necessary and you can get by without using it, any way you can make yourself feel good about yourself does matter. My suggestion is to get some argan oil and some light hold hairspray. Both will come in handy in terms of styling and look. 4, a small hair dryer. I personally didn't have one because I couldn't afford it, but I had a friend who did, and she said it made her feel all the more normal. She was able to style her hair easier and get everything going. I'm going to include links down below to different ones that are available and affordable. 5, shaving cream or gel. This definitely speeds up time in the bathroom. It makes it a lot easier to shave quickly, and for men, it's a must. Those are just the bare necessities for showering at the gym, and I highly encourage anyone else who has been homeless or who is currently homeless to leave some more suggestions in the comments down below. Skincare. If you are a living, breathing human, you should care about the health of your skin. I know that this is going to sound super superfluous and like it's not important, but again, your goal is to appear as neutral and as normal as possible, and taking care of your skin is a part of that. You're not just going to be able to drop a lot of money on this the same way others YouTubers would, but you can keep your skin healthy while homeless. While I was homeless, I made myself, my husband, and our friend take part in a skincare regimen that kept our skin clean, all with products that you can find at Walgreens, Walmart, Target, or any drugstore that is close to you. All the products are incredibly affordable, none of them require a sink, and each one plays a specific purpose to counteract the shit that your skin is currently going through. So here's what I use. Pond's makeup removing wipes, the ones in the purple package. I would do this step even if I wasn't wearing makeup because I wanted to try and do a double cleanse. These wipes would remove the dirt and makeup on my face without overly stripping it. These alone would make my face feel super soft and supple without needing any water or anything else on top of it. 2. Shea Moisture African Black Soap Clarifying Wipe. This would remove all the remaining makeup off my face, get dirt out as well. These are super cheap and incredibly effective, and I believe they were just $5 for like a month's worth of wipes, and totally worth it. 3. Thayer's Witch Hazel Toner. You can get this in a spray, so you don't need cotton pads to put it on your skin, which is incredibly helpful because those will not last in a car, will not last on the street, so you can just spray it on your skin. Also, Target usually has sample sizes and minis of these, so you can get one small one that will last about a month for around $3, which is a total steal. Palmer's Face Therapy Oil. Now this step you can skip if you want, but this oil brightened my skin so much, it minimized pores, and it made me look glowy, which is something that, you know, helps when you want to look like you can take care of yourself. 5. Pond's Crema C Nourishing Moisturizer. This is about the heaviest cream I've ever used, and it's amazing. Your skin is surviving the elements when you're homeless. You are constantly either in the cold, in the wind, in the heat, or in direct sunlight. Your skin is going through it, and this stuff will make your skin feel like a baby's ass. This helped me so much. You can get a giant tub of it, even if you get a mini size, and I cannot recommend it more. Now those are all the things that I use, and to this day I swear by them. Also, for me personally, taking care of my skin was the best part of my day because it was the only time I felt like I could actually take care of myself and have me time. I wasn't going to the gym every day, obviously, because I had very stressful experiences there, but I would do my skincare routine every morning and every night, and each time I felt like I was genuinely taking care of myself and doing something for me. I felt like I was able to finally spend a little bit of time alone with myself, and it helped a lot. 5. Clothing. This tip is going to seem like it's coming out of left field, but I swear to you, it's important. Buy multiples of one outfit, like a cartoon character. When I became homeless, I just had a plethora of clothes that I would go through. I had bright, beautiful tops, skirts, shorts, dresses, the whole shebang. But when I became homeless, I realized I needed to utilize every part of the limited space I had, so I got rid of a lot of the clothing I had. I opted to donate most of my clothes and went into Old Navy with a coupon and bought 3 basic items: black skinny jeans, a basic white t-shirt, and a cute cardigan sweater. I bought multiples of this one outfit, with the only thing changing being the pattern on the sweater, and that outfit kept me looking professional and nice enough to fool people into thinking that I had a full fleshed out wardrobe at home when I didn't even have a home. Now this option might not be the best for everyone and you might not want to do this, but it helps in a lot of ways. The first benefit is that you never need to look in a mirror to know how you look. When you wake up, you put on your new outfit and you know what you're going to get. You know that you're going to look a certain way. And when you don't have a mirror, when that's not available to you, it's better to do that than risk, I'm going to put on this dress. Oh no, this dress is filled with wrinkles. Oh no, there's a hole in it that I didn't realize because something happened overnight. This will keep you looking professional and ready. It's also enough that if you have a basic outfit down, you're ready for whatever is thrown at you. A job interview, a day at work, going to the store, anything, you will look completely fine and completely ready. One basic outfit and you're out the door and you're fine. Okay, so this is going to be the miscellaneous section. It's just going to be where I put a couple things that I didn't know where to put otherwise. Obviously, that's what miscellaneous means. So first things is laundry. It is imperative that you find a good laundromat to do your laundry at, or ask a friend just to use their laundry services if you can. The reason behind this is pretty simple. If you go to a bad laundromat, your shit will get stolen stolen. I had a friend who went to a laundromat and she literally lost her entire wardrobe because a woman like walked up to her and said, "Can you help me? I lost something in my car. Please help me." She went out to help that woman. That woman's husband took all of her clothes out of the dryer and just took them. And then she was like, "Oh, that's fine." And then him and the lady left. Like, the lady was just like, "Oh, you know what? I think my husband has a key. Everything's good." And then him and that woman left. So you need to find a good laundromat that shit won't happen to. Like, if you can't find a laundromat that has security cameras or at least is a bit nicer and is in a better area, always try to do your laundry early in the morning. Most people who are going to be looking to bamboozle you aren't going to be awake at 6 a.m. So that is working for you. Secondly, this is just something that I found helps me, but keep your hair short. If you are like I am and are already struggling with mental wellness and the want to take care of yourself, keeping your hair short is a really fun way of bypassing a lot of stress. When I was homeless, I tried to keep my hair as short as possible, and when it would get long, I would find myself being more stressed out taking care of it. Having short hair means quicker showers, less shampoo and conditioner use, less time to style, and made getting up and ready in the morning a lot easier for me. It's a win-win-win. Again, that's just my experience. If you have an entirely different experience or you love having long hair, what have you, that's up to you, but having short hair helped me immensely. Third point, keep your living space clean. Regardless of if you're in a car, tent, on the streets, in a warehouse, what have you, if you have a place to stay that you call home most of the time, if you have anywhere that you're sleeping, you need to keep it clean. I was personally guilty of letting my trash pile up in my car, and it often became overwhelming. It was a physical manifestation of how I was feeling about myself. I literally would surround myself with trash and then be like, this is what I deserve. Straight up, it was so much easier for me to shit on myself when I felt like I was sleeping in trash as opposed to when I would take the time to clean it out. If you are living in a car like I was, you can always utilize gas stations. Most gas stations will have coin-operated vacuums that you can use for about 75 cents, and they're pretty phenomenal. With the amount of time you spend sleeping wherever you are, you should be mindful to clean it out as often as possible because it's going to literally be the physical manifestation of your well-being. So if your sleep space is a mess, your mind will be messy, and cleaning it is the only way to fix it. My next tip is wherever you're sleeping, make sure you're by a 24-hour supermarket or a 24-hour gas station. The reason why is because if you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to go to the bathroom, that's an emergency situation. That's a nightmare. If you're around something that isn't open, if you're in the middle of a Walmart parking lot and the Walmart just closed and there's nothing around that's 24 hours, that means you're going to have to either hold it or find a place to do it real quick, and that's not fun. Sleeping in front of a 24-hour supermarket or by a 24-hour gas station is the solution to that problem. Make sure wherever you are, there is a restroom available for you. So that's everything I have for you guys right now. If you have survived homelessness, if you have some tips from hygiene that you think I missed out on or some personal tidbits, leave them in the comments down below. If you guys want to leave me some ideas for my next episode of Surviving Homelessness, leave that also there. I really hope you guys like this video, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Later days.